Today I'm going to talk about everything important from the new Heroes event and the current state of the market. So the Heroes event is our new main event. We have a total of 5 weeks that it will be out for. There are multiple chapters, multiple ways to earn rewards, which looks really interesting. But the main key points of it are: 1, here are the new players. We have 97 rated Voller, who looks very good in game. I might try him out myself. But aside from that, there's not much player-wise that came out. When it comes to comparing them to the Team of the Year players, most of the Team of the Year players beat out these guys here, so the only real one to look at, I would say, is Voller. There is the motor event here as well, where you play through it, you earn tokens, and those tokens can be used for rewards. Now, overall, the event, I would say, is about decent, but probably the biggest shock or the biggest new thing that came out is a handful of new exchanges. So first off, we had the 93 to 97. It requires 89 plus 87s. Honestly, this one isn't too bad, but keep in mind that you're likely going to get a low rated player. So unless you just don't really care about the fodder players, I would complete it. But if you want to keep the fodder or you don't want to spend the coins, then I wouldn't bother doing this exchange. I don't think you're missing out on much. The next one is one that honestly I'm a little bit upset about. It is the new 95 exchange. Last week, or during Team of the Year rather, it required 3, I believe, 93 to 94 overall players. Now it requires 2 93 to 94, 2 91 to 92, and 3 89 to 90. So this exchange in total costs probably 30-40 million at least, I think. And the best players you're going to get from it aren't even worth that. I think most of these guys are going for roughly, I guess, 30 million, maybe less. But the key part is that you're not even going to be able to sell most of them. So overall, this exchange isn't good currently because there's only 2 new Heroes players, which would be the only ones that would really hold value. Maybe Messi. I don't really know where he's at on the market, to be honest. If we check his price here. Okay, so 61 million now for Messi. Not too bad. You're probably maybe making coins on that. But for most of these guys here, I can't imagine that you're making many coins. You can see there 27.8 million, 999 plus sell quantity. It's not really worth it. Now, the reason why I said I am a little bit upset about this is because I don't think this was necessary to add that many more requirements and then offer not as good players. If you were going to do that, considering they have kept the Team of the Years in packs, at least offer some Team of the Year cards in here that are actually very good to use in game. But to not offer many meta players and to make the price of the exchange a lot higher, to me doesn't make much sense. And I think it's just a way to get rid of players in the market, to draw down on the coins of players in the game. So I'm not a big fan of it, and it's not because it blew up my investment, it's just that I don't think it's a great exchange all around. Aside from that though, the rest of the exchanges are decent. Always do the daily exchanges, those aren't bad. But the new exchanges that they added, which I do think is a bit interesting to see, is the new coin exchanges. They are now offering coins in exchange for players, tradable players. So to be exact, because if it was for untradable players, these would be incredible, because then we could put the players that we get from the different events and put them into here and get coins, and then we could go and buy the other players that we may want even more. But they are tradable, so it's a little bit unfortunate. But what this does is this essentially creates a price floor for each of these ratings, which I think is a little bit interesting or odd that EA would do this, because this is essentially, it's not market manipulation, but this is creating a base floor price for any cards. And what I mean by that is, now that we could exchange a 194 plus rated player for 11 million coins, 94 plus rated players are never going to go below 11 million coins, because if they did, people would buy them up, then put them into the exchange because these are unlimited, and then make coins that way. So they're always going to stay above 11 million. If we go to the next one, the 8 million coin exchange that requires a 93 plus rated players now are always going to be at least 8 million coins. They will never go below that. So the other caveat though that I mentioned earlier, the reason why I'm not that upset about my investment as well is because they have released this exchange. If you don't know, I bought a handful of 93 plus rated players, or 93 rated players rather. Now, I bought them all for 8.7, so I'm going to lose 700,000 coins per card, but that's not bad whatsoever, all things considered. But once again, now 93s will not go below 8 million. We go over here, now 92s are not going to go below 5 million, and so on and so forth, all the way down to, as you saw, 81. So these exchanges are good, especially for players that are really hard to sell, and I think EA realized the problem of, with the amount of packs and exchanges and whatnot, there's some players that are just near impossible to sell, and this is an easy way to cash out on your coins. But those are all of the new exchanges. Let's now head over here and check out all of the new Heroes players. So Voller, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, it might be Voller. He is at currently 100 million, and he's been sold off quite a bit. And once again, this is quite interesting to see. First day in, usually these prices or these cards hold a relatively decent price right out the gate, especially if they're decent in game. I could be wrong, maybe he's horrible in game, but 104 million right out the gate is interesting. Maybe pack weight is a little bit higher, I don't know. But that goes for all of his different ranked up versions. So, interesting to see. Forlan, decent card in game, actually holding a decent price, which isn't surprising because this card actually is decent. 100 shooting with 95 pace is lethal. Not an R9, not a Eusebio or Cristiano Ronaldo, but still a very good card in game. We have Cole here, who is not doing well, as we know from the exchanges. Same thing with Donovan. His price is pretty low at 18 million. He's not someone you'd want to pack from those exchanges, but overall, these cards are doing okay. But there is something good coming from the new event, and that is the Team of the Year event ending, and therefore the players going up in value. Mateus yesterday was 65 million. I said, I think he's a good buy. Now he's 75 million. He went up 10 million in 24 hours. Cristiano Ronaldo was at 122, 125. Now he's at 135, looking good. Kim Min-jae, who I thought was pretty undervalued around the 25 million coin mark, is now up to about 30. And a lot of these Ultimate Team of the Year players or good Team of the Year players are going to go up in value as expected. Erling Haaland, I think, was 70 when I did the video yesterday. Now he's at 80 million, which is great to see. And even someone like Ruben Diaz, who is down at about 40, 45 million because he was in the 96 to 97 exchange 2 weeks in a row, he's now up to 56. Now, I don't think they're going to keep going higher and higher and higher non-stop for like a week or two, but I think for the next few days, we could see higher prices because a lot of these cards were undervalued because of those 96 to 97 exchanges. The only thing that I think would change that is if more packs come out that give higher rated players, because what they didn't do, what EA did not do, was take Team of the Year players out of packs. So as you can see, the Team of the Year icons, the Team of the Year, or the Ultimate Team of the Year players rather, are still in packs. They can still be packed, but they are going to be packed a lot less, which is why all of the players on the market are going up in value. And I said this, I think, maybe 2 days ago, maybe it was a week or so ago. If you just buy a Team of the Year, or if you buy Team of the Year players and use them in your squad, they would be investments within themselves. So having someone like Maldini, even though he's ranked up, but because he is going up in value, because he does have strong demand, he's acting as an investment while also being a player in my squad. And I think that's always a great way to go about things for each of these events, especially for Team of the Year. So that is at least good to see. I'm glad I've held on to my Cristiano Ronaldo. I knew he was going to go up in value. Who knows how far he'll go up, but it is a common trend we're seeing with all of the Team of the Year cards. But that is all for everything important from the new Heroes event and the current state of the market. Going forward, I will make videos about new investments. Currently, I don't think there's many opportunities to make much coins. We're going to have to see which new exchanges come out in the future, and we're going to have to see how the Team of the Year cards progress going forward, because that might determine which cards are going to go up in value, which cards may go down in value. You never know. But quickly before we end off, I just realized Ramirez has meta written on his knuckles. I love that. He is a very meta card in game. But with that being said, that is all for today. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, push up a like. If you're new, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace.